Yes, my people, my name is Dre. This is Wtp Podcast. We are back for another brazy episode today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your boy. Press that little notification bell button, and it'll tell you all the times that I've uploaded on YouTube. Yeah? And just to let you lot know, today will be the last episode of Season 9, and we'll be on Season 10. Season 10, I'll be maybe bringing back guests and new guests as well. Do you get what I'm saying? But yeah, let's get it popping. Yes, bro. What are you saying?
I'm cool, man. I'm blessed, man. DJ Magic J, DJ, presenter, artist manager, PR, content creator.
Jeez, lot of things.
You get what I'm saying? I've got a lot of things underneath my belt, as what they say.
Yeah, thank you for coming down, man. I really appreciate it.
It's blessed, man. You know what I mean? As we said, off air, you have to thank Father God for this weather, especially in Great Britain. You know what I mean? Right now, this weather is coming like Jamaica or Barbados right now. You know what I mean?
Telling me. Oh, my God.
You know what I mean? So you have to thank Father God for this weather. You know what I mean? I'm all short out today and stuff like that.
For real, man.
You get me? But yeah, it's nice. It's nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for inviting me, man. You know what I mean?
No worries.
Thank you for inviting me, man.
No worries, bro.
I've been seeing your thing. You've been doing a lot of good things. You had a couple of my family members here. You get what I'm saying? Rids, NSC, all my peoples that I grow with. You get what I'm saying? So congratulations on your success,
Thank you,
man.
bro. I really appreciate it. You guys, congratulations to you, man. You guys, I see you interviewed on the roads. You guys, giving the people a bit of education on different sectors of the city and stuff like that. Like, I really respect that. It's really educating the youth as well. If they don't know where they're actually from, they would know, innit?
That's it. And yeah, do you know it is with the platform what I helped run, Tea and Crumpets, which I'm wearing the t-shirt now, people, if you can see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, with the platform, it's an amazing platform, and all we just trying to do is show nostalgia to those who remembers growing up or being around or going to certain communities, certain blocks, certain places, not just in London but in Bristol, in Plymouth, in Birmingham, and so forth. So that's what it is, man. It's just bringing that actual nostalgia, and big up to my little brother Karim for starting up the platform, and me seeing the platform by seeing two major videos on there, which was two members of Marvel, which is Double S, who lives in Northumberland Park. If you don't know where Northumberland Park is, just right there.
That's big still.
Right there, the Spurs Stadium. When all the Spurs fans come from Northumberland Park Station to walk through that Park Lane, that he lived around there. And then his music partner, Shocker, you get what I'm saying, who lives in Broadwater Farm Estate. So, when I saw that and I saw other videos on the platform, I clocked, okay, this started off as a drive along, a walk along and ride along through blocks and boroughs, and then putting the camera in the faces of the people and letting the people talk. And then, the only thing was next after that is having a presenter. So I offered my services, and from me jumping on, I jumped on when it was about 4 or 5K subscribers. You get what I'm saying? And now we hit over 11K subscribers, and
Congrats, man.
And the one thing is like, when me and my boy spoke when it hit 10K, he said, Grim sent me a nice voice note, what made my day. I woke up, heard the voice note, and he basically was just saying that, basically he's got mad love for what I'm doing, for helping the platform. From when I first jumped on Tea and Crumpets, I never once asked or moaned about money and stuff like that. And I just said to him, sometimes in life it's not all about money, it's all about checking out the platform or what it is, and growing with it.
It's all about like It's yeah, like you said, it's not about money, but it's all about the quality
Yes.
and how you present yourself
There
and
you go. There you
what
go.
guests you put on,
There you
innit?
go. And that's what we done. And now that I've got a nice percentage within the business now, so we're practically business partners. And then we got a young you who's about 19, 20, who's a photographer called Shots by AK, who was doing our photography, behind the scenes photography, but because he's well spoken and also he's mixed Latina as well, I had that thought that, let him do some stuff. Let him talk. Cause and that's why on the platform you see certain places that we went to, like prefab homes in Catford area. He was talking about the area. Then I got him involved in the most recent video where we spoke to Sly Sterling, and we went to the Royal Air Force, and
Oh, that's him.
yeah,
Oh, when you
yeah.
oh, I saw that little clip.
Yeah. So
Okay, okay,
so
okay.
so so shots, but so I'm training him up because look, for those who don't know me, might look at me and think, oh, look at that Magic J with a baby face. I may have this baby face, but I'm practically turning 43. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I look at it like this. Shots by AK is practically my son because of the age. You get what I'm saying? So you know, I said, look, there's gonna be a time or when I'm not around or I'm traveling or I'm doing something, you have to take over, bro. So let's train you up from now.
Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
get your confidence up, and then at the same time, because you're classified as a white boy and you're Latina as well, you're half Latino, it will bring your type of generation in. You know what I mean? So at the same time, that's family. We argue, we fight, but in the day, we're family. We got a good understanding.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, T and Crumpets, was doing amazing stuff. Like, and if people wants to go through and look at my first video, which I done in South Ockenden with Lucky Luciano, to the most recent video I done with Sly Sterling, you can see the confidence levels from how I was on the platform when I first started to how I am now. Because when I first started, my business partner was like, "Oh, Jay, you need to talk more. You need to interact more and
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that."
yeah.
And a lot of people think that just because you're coming from a radio background or being a radio personality or being a DJ and a hype man, people think that, I can jump on doing TV easy. No, it's a different ball game. It's a
Yeah,
different
yeah,
ball game
yeah.
from being on TV, from picking up your phone or an action camera or an actual video camera and doing vlogging. You're playing different characters. So I had to learn my own characteristics within this, and I had to learn my own characteristics within doing my own personal vlogs and doing other vlogs and stuff like that. So with Tea and Crumpets, it taught me a lot, and at the same time, I'm tapping into the world that a lot of people basically hasn't tapped into yet. Not saying they haven't tapped into it, but
Yeah.
no disrespect to certain YouTubers, because there's certain YouTubers out there, who's jumped on the platform. The only reason why they jumped on the platform because they had a platform before doing something else, and they
Yeah.
think they're so okay. I can jump on this, but the thing about it, like, no disrespect to them. They're not doing it the way we're doing it, and the way they're doing it is like it's for fun, games, and laughter, he, and getting likes and comments. Just because you got a bigger platform than Tea and Crumpets already.
Yeah, yeah,
You get what
yeah.
I'm saying? So at the same time, everybody's entitled to do their own thing, but in the day, if you're gonna do something, master it.
Yeah, for real, for real. That's true, that's true. But you know what, yeah? Let's go back before Tea and Crumpets. Let's go way back.
Yeah.
Spin the clock back.
Spin the clock back.
Yeah, let's tell us how you started. Like, where did it all
Do you know
start
what?
from?
It started from my mother's womb,
Yeah,
because it's so crazy. Yeah, rest my grandmother's soul. I just recently, me and my family just recently buried her because my mum and family members who's in London.
yeah,
Three of my two of my aunts who are in London. My mum and them are all from Leeds, born and raised. So
yeah, yeah,
Leeds is my second home. I've been going there since I was in my mum's stomach. So basically, what my mum and my godmother, shout out to my godmother Muna, told me is that they used to basically look after people like Still Pulse, Mighty Diamonds, and all these legendary reggae groups, and like they used to bring them to my grand's house, and you know that generation. That generation, the grandparents are like, "Come inside, man.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
hungry."
yeah.
They're not looking at, who are you? What's your name? You get me? You're hungry? And I'm two food type of thing. Go to wherever they're going to. And my mum's sleeping on the floor to allow the man there to sleep on the bed and whatnot. Like my mum didn't even know she was doing PR work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But she was
Yeah.
looking after artists. So when I came, obviously my mum and my dad never stayed together for too long. But music was always in my blood because of the fact of, I grew up in a Rastafarian household.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
with me growing up in a Rastafarian household, I was listening to the roots and culture. I was listening to the 80s dancehall. Then when I was going to when I go to my cousin and my aunt's house, shout out to my cousin M Stair. He's got his label called Awesome Recordings. His dad, who sadly is no longer with us. His dad had a sound system called Destiny Sound System. So when I was going there, I used to be the one fussing with the sound system, playing around with it. You get what I'm saying? Him coming in and him looking around and basically like, who touched my stuff? And we were like, no one, we never touched nothing. But obviously it was me type of thing. So
You were just intrigued, didn't it? Like,
yeah, because
yeah.
I see him run sound. I see him taking us to certain events and stuff like that. Me holding the little record boxes and stuff, 7-inch record boxes. You know what I mean? So I was very intrigued until the time when my cousin asked his dad, like, "Yo, pops, like, can you buy me some Techniques 1210s?" But he never bought him 1210s. He bought him Sound Labs. You get what I'm
I
saying?
swear that's different, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
the
That's
feel is
totally
yeah,
different, isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. It's different. Like it was totally different because Technique 1210s are direct drive, and the other those type of ones, Sound Labs and whatnot, are like belt drive and stuff. And I'm like, but I ended up sorting out that, setting it up within 5 minutes, and then my uncle came upstairs and said, "Oh, who set this up?" And then my uncle said, "Oh, Jay did." You get me? He was like, "Yeah," and walked downstairs. You get what I'm saying? And it's like I think he knew from then that I'm gonna do something to do with DJing, but later on, my cousin landed a show on a station called SLR Radio 97.7. It's like a big people station,
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And sadly, most recently, the owner, what's it called, DJ Cowboy, which is Mark Duggan's father-in-law.
Yeah, yeah.
So Mark Duggan's missus, who's Bando K's mum, that's her dad. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Some people wouldn't know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
who he is
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they will only know Bando K, innit?
There you go.
But they don't know. They know of his face, but they don't know the actual history,
There you
innit?
go. So DJ Cowie, he gave me, my cousin, I made an opportunity, and from that opportunity on being on radio, I was just answering the phones, and then my mate got sick. My cousin said to me, "Oh, yeah, I want you to host our DJ." Me and him started cussing each other, like, 'cause I was like, "Bro, you don't know how to DJ. I can."
Was you ready for that though? Like, was you? Did you think like
Sort of.
that time is gonna come soon?
Yeah,
But I
yeah,
don't
yeah,
know
yeah, yeah,
when.
yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know when, but it happened. Like, okay, my boy got sick. He got sick, and my cousin said, "Yo, I'm gonna DJ you host." But I ended up hosting, and then do you know what? I ended up falling in love with hosting. So because I ended up falling in love with hosting, when we came off this, bear in mind, this was like I was still in secondary school. I was going
Okay.
Northumberland Park Community School in Tottenham.
So you was really grinding.
Bro, like I was there doing that. I done youth club raves with my cousin, and then when we left SLR Radio, we stopped doing radio. We done obviously DJing at Alexander Palace, the skate rink, and playing music for them, and people are skating around having fun.
But that's big achievements.
Yeah.
Like at them times, that's big
Yeah, that's
achievements.
what I'm saying.
'Cause
I was a kid, and that's what I'm saying. I was a kid, and my cousin was DJing. I was just I was just doing my little hosting thing, and then one of my good friends called Screwface, who lived in my block, because I live in South. I grew up in South Tottenham. where the legendary picture of the Snell was where Frisco took his most recent album picture of.
Oh yeah,
You
yeah,
get what I'm
yeah.
saying? That's my block. That wall leads onto my block called Edgecote. So one of my good friends called Screwface said to me, "Yo, I'm setting up a sound system." And me and him was going to his dad's house in Enfield area, picking up amplifiers, picking up certain equipment, jumping on the train, coming back to the ends, and then he started up a sound system called Musical Touch Sound System, which was predominantly dancehall. It was just dancehall and reggae. So I was like the only one in the crew was playing hip hop and R&B. You get what I'm saying? Collecting the records from day. So yeah, I was a hype man. So people knew me for musical touch, being a hype man. Then I started DJing. Yeah, but
Okay.
by rights, I already knew how to DJ, but I ended up being a mic man because of SLR Radio and my cousin's
Yeah.
show. And then
Okay.
I ended up being a mic man for musical touch. But I didn't. I love being a mic man, but because it was a dancehall thing, I want that real authenticity when it comes to that Jamaican voice.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I said to myself, look, I'm I'm British born. I'm from Tottenham. I'm from London. I got this voice here. You get me? My voice. It's not like I was raised in Jamaica for 10 years and I come back and I got that yard man voice.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
we
yeah.
ended up. I ended up recruiting a brother called Little Sham. He had his family got a sound system called Sufferer Sound, and this is the time when I was on a station called Sweet FM. Yeah,
I remember Sweet FM
yeah, Sweet FM from
back in the
yeah, yeah,
days.
yeah, from Edmonton. They're from
Yeah,
Edmonton.
that's when I was basically, I think I was in primary school,
Mad.
secondary school. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, I was on Sweet FM, and he was doing shows with DJ Browning. DJ Browning originally was part of Cold. Is it Cold as Ice crew or something like that? You know. So yeah, and then I brought him in, introduced, and then boom, he had that sound. He had that sound like, and he was more charismatic than me. Like
Yeah.
you like jumping on the speaker box and going wild on the mic with the gal and whatnot. And I just end up like whatever raves we done. I end up like starting the night because obviously they're booking us
Yeah.
as a sound
Yeah,
and
yeah.
having other DJs. So I used to just start the night playing hip hop and R&B, and then in between that, Heat FM original. You get me and musical touch, Heat FM originals. Ended up doing my own shows up there, playing hip hop and R&B. Left the station, went on their rivals Mystic, which was in Hackney. And them time there, Hackney and Tottenham was still.
It's a bit wobbly, innit? They
There
had
you go.
but they had some serious beef at them
Yeah,
times,
yeah, yeah,
innit?
yeah, yeah. Hackney and Tottenham was having some crazy beef, and then obviously it was Tottenham and Wood Green and stuff like that. But at the same time, I was in like the middle of a lot of things. Like when it comes to radio, majority of the stations I've been on is North and East London, and then obviously I went on one station in Northwest called Pulse 88, and that was years later. So yeah, like when it comes to the hip hop thing, Heat FM, Mystic FM, Flames Radio, Heart and Love Radio, Itch FM dedicated to hip hop, and I'm still close friends with the owner of Itch FM. They, you know what I mean, they're an internet radio station now. And big up to my brother Fad Boogie, just recently passed away, a legendary hip hop DJ and presenter on the station. I like to big him up, big up to the old Itch family. Those stations, and then obviously I've done my fair share of internet radio and so forth. But only thing what was stopping me is the fact of, the gatekeepers wouldn't give me an opportunity or a chance to work with them on mainstream radio. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I used to bitch and cry about it. But I just said to myself, you know what? What's the worth bitching and crying for it? Let me just stay in my lane. Just
Yeah,
like the
yeah,
horses when they got the blinkers on the eyes,
yeah.
they're staying in their lane and they're winning in their own way.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, like you have to think like, alright, cool. Like it's a normal human being thing to do that. Do you get what I'm saying? Everybody does that. But at the end of the day, you just have to train your mind to say, you know what, I'm gonna stay in my lane and do my own thing, and it will work out for me.
That is it.
Do you get what I'm saying?
That is it.
that's the only thing. Like, you just have to train your brain like that.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I done. You know what I mean? Like, and because I'm a very emotional being as well, it is a thing that I take things to the emotion of me. But when I've learned to put my foot down and not give a fuck about what anyone thinks or says, you know what I mean? A lot of people like look, I was like, oh, is that really Magic J? You get me? But they don't realize that, like I've always been this person, but it's just that I grew up with manners and respect. You get
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Manners and respect goes a long way. Saying please and thank you is for free. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Manners is for free. You get what I'm saying? So, end of the day, I'm a very caring, humble guy. Some people might even watch this and think, wait a minute, Magic J is humble and whatnot, but that's your own perspective of me, innit? You
yeah,
get what I'm saying?
yeah,
But in the end of the day, I know who I am. I know what I am. The peoples around me know that I'm a very helping person that even if I don't have no money, I will still connect you and help you or try and do something to get you out there.
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
that's just me. So when it comes to the industry, I'm a very passionate person about the industry, about delivering a actual picture of what the industry should be. But the industry is a cutthroat place. Is a
What do you think about industry now though in
the, the,
2025?
the industry now is okay, but it's fake. A lot of it is fake, man. A lot of it is like, it's just like all these award shows. Like, no disrespect to Kanye King and the Mobiles. No disrespect to what's it called? Is it called Grime Daily? Where they do this, is it Rated X or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah,
awards?
yeah,
No, but it's all these awards, like all these people who's winning it. Yeah, it's like it's suspicious that they're gonna win it. It's like that they're gonna win it. It's like, okay, the usual suspects is gonna win it. Oh, the usual suspects is gonna perform. And you think, oh, wait a minute, like this person, that guy, that girl is been banging out work, and you lot are not giving people opportunities. You know what I mean? That's why people are going independent. Just like radio,
yeah,
like the real people who wants to do mainstream radio, right, or go on a great community radio ain't getting the opportunity. You get me? But yeah, no disrespect to YouTubers who just come out of nowhere, do gaming, make it famous doing gaming on Twitch back in the days. Gavin, Twitch is a big platform now, and
yeah,
people use
yeah.
it for actual live streaming and doing crazy content stuff that I wouldn't do. Because I remember like watching KSI and his brother Deji back in the days. My
In
younger
their
brother.
bedroom, innit?
Yeah, when it was in
Yeah,
the bedroom or in the garage, and they used to get package, and people used to send them shit in the package or some crazy, and the man they made it big that way. But look at them, like guarantee one extra. I would rather give them opportunity because of numbers than giving someone like me who's really wants to be a presenter on there. You get what I'm saying? So the industry is kind of a biased industry. That's why you're getting a lot of people saying, do you know what? I'm just gonna do a podcast. I'm just gonna buy my own cameras and do my own thing from home. I'm gonna be here at this podcast studio. I'm gonna do my own stuff because end of the day, once you make it doing it your own way, then maybe the big companies might end up saying, do you know what? I'm gonna bring this person on now. But why does it have to take for you to sit down, who's got knocked so many times, who's never had the opportunity to set up your own thing, and now you're winning, they come running.
yeah. It's weird, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I don't get it twisted. Look, like me doing tea and crumpets right now, I'm getting mad respect on the road, and I respect everyone who comes to me because I'm a friendly person. The way I am in my videos, the way I am talking to you, the way I am when I spoke to you on the phone when we reasoned, is the way I am in person. I'm a very
Yeah,
calm person, but just don't piss me off. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
a July born. I'm a lion. You get me? You can pet a lion, you can hug a lion, but don't put your hands where the lion's mouth is. You get
yeah,
what I'm saying? But end of the day, it's like, we're living in an era now where it's televised. I got my smartwatch on my hand. I can go on YouTube on my smartwatch right now and watch one of your videos. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
it's it's,
So
it's,
so
it's
end of the day, we're living in the technology world. The world that I came out under, YouTube wasn't there. You get what I'm saying? All those platforms. I remember going on pirate radio or internet radio, and I was going on forums like Black Chat. If you guys remember that.
oh, I can't remember that, man.
See, the people would know it. You get me? If you're old enough, you remember that. There's a forums where you can go and then chat to people. I used to go in there and promote myself. You get what I'm saying? You know, and then there's other platforms, Black Chat, Face Pick, Profile Pick, and then obviously, High Five.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
High
yeah.
Five, and then obviously, MySpace came out. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
end of the day, it's like all those platforms we was working hard on them just to promote. You know what I mean? Even doing our own events.
Yeah.
Cause I done 3 music events in my time.
That's big still, man.
You know what I mean? And I put on a lot of people, and a couple of people has made it big for my events. But the industry alone is like who you kiss ass to, pause, but it's the truth. It's who
Yeah, yeah,
who
that's what I'm
you
saying,
get
isn't
me.
it?
It's like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. Like, if I'm not on a certain level, I don't want to know you. You get what I'm saying? There's certain cats from my ends, from Tottenham, that I'm hearing about in the last 5-6 years. And I'm like, raw. I've never seen you in my life. I didn't know you live in Tottenham. I didn't know you. Where do you come from? But they're doing their thing. They're younger, innit?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? They're younger. Their older brothers or whatnot might have listened to me. You get what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. But in the end of the day, just do your thing, because social media ain't going nowhere. It's just gonna always evolve. YouTube is not going nowhere. It's just gonna evolve.
Yeah.
That's all it is now. Facebook and Facebook, Instagram, is not gonna go nowhere. Why? Because Facebook and Instagram are the same company now. You get what I'm saying? Facebook owns WhatsApp. You get what I'm saying? So end of the day, these platforms ain't gonna go. So any means to promote yourself, just do it. Because my motto is, like, for a brand that I run, yeah, right. Like, my motto is for that brand is, any promotion is good promotion.
Yeah.
So just get yourself out, and we're living in that world now where social media is number one. When you wake up in the morning, what's majority the first thing you do?
Pick up your phone.
There you go.
But you know what? Talking about promotion is actually key, because I remember my first year starting on Wave TV, and I printed out how many? I printed out 100 key rings, and it says Wave TV on both sides. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm gonna go down London by myself, start handing them out, and explaining myself, and make a little video, and it actually did work.
See it there?
Because people these days, if I tell them to do that, they wouldn't do it
Yeah.
because they're scared.
Yeah.
And I fully understand that. But at the same time, you have to if you want to be in the spotlight or wherever you want to be, yeah, where loads, thousands, millions of people know you, you have to do it, innit? You feel me?
You just have to get yourself out there. That's the thing. And, you know, that's the thing about it. Don't be scared to talk to people, because if you don't arch, you don't get.
Exactly. That's what my mom's always said to
Yeah,
me.
yeah, the same thing. If you don't arch, you don't get. And just don't be shy, even if you think that you're gonna be shy. Like, just pull up the courage and just do it. Just think about it this way: if you're not gonna do it, there's bound to be someone else gonna do it,
Exactly.
and that person might even take your spot. So just
Exactly.
don't be scared. Just go do it. You get me? Even if you're at an event, and you pay to get in, or you personally got invited, don't be scared to ask people questions. Don't be scared to say, yo, how can I get backstage and interview this person? How can I do this? How can I do that? You know what I mean? It's just like I done it the other day. Like, I was in Jazz Cafe for a hip hop group called Slum Village. And my boy what's it called, Scandus, wanted to do interviews. So I was like, you know what? because I went to their show the day before, because they done a 3-day show at Jazz Cafe. They know my face, right? They
Yeah,
know
yeah.
me now,
It's
and plus
easy,
I
isn't it?
know their DJ. Their DJ's my guy. You get me? So what I done, I went back to them and said, yo, my boy from I Am Hip Hop magazine, yeah, wants to interview you. Your name's called Scandus. He's a music artist also. You know, can he have 5 minutes? Done. And the guy was they were clowning, and they got the interview. I helped him film it. You get what I'm saying? I took his camera and I filmed it for him. I helped film it for him. So at the end of the day, sometimes you just have to just arts. And now they know who Scan is.
Yeah, yeah. It gets at that. It's who you know as well,
There you
and
go.
how you put yourself out,
There you
and
go.
how you present yourself.
There you go.
Good. First impressions are the best impressions.
And mannerism and what comes out your mouth and how you talk and how you deliver.
Yeah,
That's all it is.
that's it, man. Because I'll tell you something. I went and got a haircut yesterday, and funny story is, I'm not gonna lie. I went to another barber.
He cheating on your barber.
So I was talking to him, and then he was a bit rude, and I was thinking, okay, I'm gonna let that slide. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up there, and then all you see is some kid just getting his hair cut and then all over the place. So I understand that. That's why he was bare rushy, innit? But he was saying to me, "Oh, on the phone, you sound like a white man." Blah blah blah, and I was like, "Did I?" But I'm thinking like it's because I know how to talk
Yep.
and I know do you get what I'm saying? It's just respect, isn't it?
And you know, that's a good thing what you said as well, because I remember my stepfather said to me, like, you know, called me by my real name, and he said, when now you're leaving secondary school and you hit that big bad white working society, you know you cannot speak to those how you speak to us.
Yeah, yeah.
You know you have to speak. You can't be speaking to them with the wild ones or the street slangs and stuff like that. So when I clocked that, I could walk into a building, yeah, and you know, for an interview or whatever, and I could say, "Good morning, my name is this." Da, 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 switch it up, you know, have that "all right, mate" type of tone. You know what I mean? You know, if you know,
Adaptation.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if I'm around certain other people now, if I'm around my peoples now, you know, obviously I'm being myself. Or if I'm in a working environment, like, look, a lot of people know I do security, so it's like if I'm in a working environment and people are getting to know me, people won't even clock that I stopped doing the "all right, mate, how you doing?" and I'm going, "Well, I'll go on, fam, you cool." You get what I'm saying? Because they already got to know me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They already got to know me. So, end of the day, sometimes in certain circumstances, be yourself, yes, but there's some people, especially as us as being black folks, yeah, a lot of people, you know, already got a stigma of what we are or what we could be or what our community is, or who they just look at us and think, oh, they just judge us. You get what I'm saying? So, end of the day, you can judge all you want. It's just
Yeah.
like my videos. Look, I dress down for a purpose. You get what I'm saying? Because I know to myself, yeah, if I wanted to dress loud, I can, but I don't want to dress loud. So at the end of the day, I let people judge me. Let them judge. You get
Because
me?
they're your personal haters,
There
bro.
you go. And
They're
when they
your
see me on road, they see that I'm a normal guy. I don't want to be loud. You know what I mean? I don't want to be this. But when people see, you know, I talk to people, I'll be like, all right, mate, how you doing? You know what I'm saying? I talk to certain communities, especially growing up in Tottenham as well. You got the white community, you got the Caribbean and African community, and later on now you got the Hispanic community coming in. You get what I'm saying? So, end of the day, you have to know how to talk to people with well mannered, you know, spoken words. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't speak no other languages. But at the end of the day, thank you to modern day technology, you can download.
translator, isn't
There
it?
you go, or you can go
Yeah.
on Google and just type it in and use the translator to communicate with people.
Yeah, yeah. That is actually true. That is actually true. But talking on another topic, tell me more about sounds, like different music genres and stuff like that.
Well, this sound thing, like as I said, I grew up around sound. I grew up in the Rasta culture. sound was definitely a big part of my life. Hearing different, sound systems from the sound system, my uncle's sound system, Destiny sound system, to my brethren's sound system, Musical Touch, to hearing like DJ crews like, G Crew, which is known now as GNs, you know what I mean, and Special Touch, Ladies Light sound systems, Lady Force, and Saxon, Coxon. It's like it's just a vibration of black culture. It's just the vibration of what we're about and where we're going and where we're coming from. You get what I'm saying? It's all these people are just doing it for the passion of they love music. So even with me now, that's why like I fell in love with African music. That's why I fell in love with Afrobeat, because when I fell in love with Afrobeat, the Caribbean community was like, I'm not listening to this. You get what I'm saying? I'm not listening to it. I don't understand it. Okay, cool. You probably might not understand it, but at the end of the day, these people's got a message. You get what I'm saying? It's an energy thing.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
and that's why I fell in love with Afrobeat, because it just reminds me of the hip hop, the R&B, the dancehall, but in their own way. You know what I mean? So like music, as I said, going back to like music, sound, DJing, presenting, you know what I mean? It's just finding your niche and finding who you are. And I'm not saying that I've been in every platform of music, but I sort of have. Only thing I haven't tapped in is obviously the soca scene and the grime scene. I played grime on radio. I played soca on radio, but the soca scene and grime scene is not me. You get me? I played funky house. I played house music. You get me? I played house and garage, but that's not my scene.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
get what I'm saying? My scene is coming from dancehall, hip hop and R&B, and most recently Afro beats. You
Tell
get me?
me, tell me more about the Afro beats though, because Afro beats people don't really tap into it that much, because it's evolved a lot throughout the
That's what I'm saying.
years.
I started playing Afrobeat back in 2007. Yeah, 2007. Tell me what Caribbean DJ was playing Afrobeat,
No one, and I
right?
highly know that as well. No one.
Right. So I'm the first. I'm not the last, but I'm the first.
Was people hating though?
Loads of people saying when I was playing it, because how I was doing it is like, and I said it the story before. Majority of my ex girlfriends was African, West African, Central African, and stuff like that, and you know they used to come. I used to play the music on their phone. I used to get their phone, get the phone, plug it into my laptop, go to the media file, drag, and I still got those files on my hard drive. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And from there, that's how I used to start getting music. And then, when I found Afrobeat sites to download, I was downloading it. And then my good friend called Duchess Nina, she's now a food vegan expert now. She cooks like Nigerian food in a vegan way, and most
Yeah.
Nigerian foods they love their meat.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
yeah,
you get
for real.
they love their meat and stuff like that. They love their heavy food, but like she does it in a vegan way. Now she used to be a DJ and a presenter, and she gave me an opportunity because she knew my mum's good friend, who I grew up with her. She's like a big sister to me. She brought me on my first radio station, which was a,
Oh, okay,
which was
so
a
that's a blessing
yeah,
then.
not my first radio station, but my
Oh,
first African radio station,
okay.
which was a station in Canning. It used to be in Canning Town, called Voice of Africa Radio, and we was interviewing people like, Whiskey, David Dove, Fino, Alameda, One Day Cole, Pata Rankings, you know what I mean, yeah, I was just there helping interviewing those artists, playing their music and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then in between that time now, I reconnected back with my good friend um, called May 7. She's a legendary Nigerian music artist. she famously done a song called, in the Afrobeat industry, she famously done a song called 1010, which was it's come from a Nigerian school. It's like a school thing. It's like a school thing when they clap. Where it's like a clap, yeah. And she was big in the UK R&B scene as well with Take My Clothes Off and Hands Up. So I reconnected back with her, and she started up a PR company called DLA Media, which I'm still associated to now. And her son has gone viral. YD. You get what I'm saying? From the Chavas, they do that like little thing with their hand like that, and there's the English tone, but they're gone now. So yeah, she I was helping. She was training me up to do PR and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then obviously, we famously done an event called Afrobeats Live. But even going back before that, I was part of a blog site called Afrobeat Buzz.
Okay.
But when I was on that blog site with Afrobeat Buzz, I took them from being a blog site onto radio. So I landed a show on Colourful Radio. They used to be in Oval Cricket Ground. Now they're at the Africa Centre in near Southwark Station. And we was doing shows, handful of shows there, interviewing all the artists. If we was to type in Afrobeat Buzz on YouTube, you see a couple pages and you see the past interviews, what we done. Then we had a big disagreement one time when I flew to New York, or when I came back from New York, and because I'm one of the representatives for popular Congolese music artist called Artist BM.
You've done a lot, like in the background, though,
Yeah,
innit?
yeah, 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 yeah.
You've done a
No,
lot,
so
man.
even in the background, away from Afrobeat, I worked with what's it called, Execution Squad,
Swear
a rap group
down.
called Execution Squad was in between, Hackney Group, but a couple members was from Frisbee Park. One of the members has got since '93, and he's got a lot of artists on there as well. So I was affiliated. I was part of them. A big up to Immaculate. He contacted me when I was an itch, and one day he said to me, "Do you want to come Birmingham with me?" And I'm like, "Okay, cool," because the man they do like distribution as well.
Yeah.
Independent distribution for different artists. So I didn't realize who he was going to see, because like I didn't see this. All the stuff was packed in his boot, in it. So we went up there. We went to see Cypher Jules from the legendary Birmingham rap group Morris Day '07. And I was like, what? I was such in awe, because my favorite album for Morris 37 is their double CD album called Art of War. You get me? And they done a song called Morris Art of Survival, and the way that man there was going is like there was like the Wu-Tang of the UK. You get what I'm saying? So big up to Cypher Jules, big up to Malik, and all the man there from Birmingham, one of the legendary rap groups from Birmingham who practically kickstart all the Birmingham rap. That's my opinion. I don't know if there was anyone before them, but them guys, and yeah, I was rocking with them. What's it called? Done the when Mobb Deep first came over in 2005. DJ'd at the Mobb Deep concert for Execution Squad in
That's
Forum
big,
Kentish Town. Got to take a picture with Apology from Mobb Deep, rest his soul. It was his 8-year birthday, what's it called, passing recently. And yeah, from there, got to meet my favorite DJ, one of my favorite DJs, DJ Premier, as well, from the group Gangster, R.I.P. Guru. Yeah, I was just doing all that. You get me, with them man there. What's it called? Help manage a rapper called Rowdy T. He now lives in Florida. I met him through his ex-missus at the time. He was associated with Frontliners from Peckham, and I was with them man there. We was always together, promoting their music and stuff like that. Rowdy T, what's it called? Went to America, and he had a big altercation with what's his name? What's his name? Hitmaker. He used to go by Young Berg. Used to go by
Okay.
Young Berg. He had a big altercation with him, and on YouTube you see some videos of Rowdy T holding his Batman chain, holding Young Berg's Batman chain. So you know what happened, and then we put it on World Star Hip Hop because I used to talk to the owner of World Star Hip Hop.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, start that's still going up to this
That's
day.
still going, yeah. Obviously, it's still going, but the owner of it, me and him was speaking, spoke back then, and yeah, Rowdy T, Frontliners, Execution Squad, it was the people that I was representing, and then later on, Artist BM. When I started doing the Afrobeat thing, Artist BM, he said to me, yeah, God told me that he wants me to take you to New York. So me and him toured in New York in 2017, and secretly in between that's where he met his wife, and his wife is Arlette, who does Poppy Billion and Find Love. You get what I'm saying? The big TV show, the big YouTube show in America, that's his
Oh,
wife.
swear
Yeah. No,
down.
I swear that, I swear. Nah.
Gee, shall I tell you something?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I swear.
me and my bedrooms, yeah, we
Yeah.
send reels, yeah, and
Yeah.
it's that woman, innit?
Arlette. She's very
And
calm spoken.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the way they clip stuff is so funny. The people
Yeah.
that they've got on there, oh
So
my
so
god,
all
bro.
all the video and everything is my boy BM. He films everything, he edits everything, but they got a whole production and they got a whole team. So big up to my brother Artist BM. Shout out to your wife, Arlette. Shout out to the team out there in Felix, Arizona.
Yeah, I'm a big
You get what I'm
supporter,
saying?
man.
So like they're doing great things, and God willing they're gonna be coming to the UK and doing some stuff like this. So the concept of the show is they're actually finding people love. It's not no disrespect to other shows out there when majority of these shows are just Poppy Billions just for joke. It's just for
It's just for
laughter, it's
content,
just for
bro.
content,
Yeah,
and then you
yeah,
have
yeah.
celebrities coming on and doing it and whatnot. But it's not serious. It's not serious.
But she's actually doing
She's
it on a
actually
serious thing,
on a
innit?
serious thing that they want to find love, and now they got the Netflix episode, which is hosted by I forgot the Nigerian lady's name, but it's hosted by someone else, and it's just popping off on Netflix. It's not the same as the actual one what they do, but obviously they got their cheddar for that, and they was part of the production for that. So when you see the first episode of the Netflix episode, you see them knocking the door. You get me? And the lady opens the door, who's the host and whatnot. So they're doing the thing. So big up to my brother Artist BM. Everyone knows him for being a Congolese artist. He done stuff with Willa Lagumba, who I interviewed, and that's how they got to connect. He's done stuff with so much amazing music artists, and he's a singer songwriter. He raps. He's a producer. He's got his studio in Felix, Arizona now. He's resigned out there now. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, he's out there now. So big up to my brother. Always been. I mean, as I said, he brought me out there to New York to tour with him. We went out there twice. You know what I mean? Twice in 1 year. And me and him share the same birth month. We're both July borns. You get what I'm saying? A couple of days apart from each other. He's the 12th, I'm the 15th. You know what I mean? And his wife is the same day as me.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So like big up to Artist BM, big up to Arlette. You get me? Artist BM, you're gonna be seeing some new stuff from Artist BM very, very soon as well. He's a very, very, very great music artist, and when it comes to even music as well, like I got my other boy Tuale, who's a Nigerian Afrobeat artist, and yeah, he's doing stuff. But yeah, like music Afrobeat, like
That sums it all up, innit?
I love the Afrobeat game as well, man, because it's something fresh, something funky. Gathering all the Caribbean DJs was dissing me, saying, "Why are you playing Boba music? Why are you playing this?" And I used to diss them back, "Why are you playing dancehall?" Because all the dancehall and reggae and all that transcends from Africa.
Yeah,
You get me?
yeah.
Why you dissing it? And then there's certain Rasta man will diss it, and I'm thinking, wait a minute, what you talking about repatriation back to Africa and saying yeah Rastafari, Selassie, I blessed, and da. So, I'm all this thing, and you're dissing African music, brother. You get me? That make it make sense. You get what I'm saying? So I really kick down those doors to make it acceptable for Caribbeans to play Afro beats. You get what I'm saying? The new wave of Afro beats, because when people when people heard of Afro beats, they're thinking, oh, it's a new thing. No, it's not a new thing. It comes from Fela Kuti.
When you found out that, oh yeah, it's actually been accepted and people actually taking me in,
Bro,
how did you feel?
do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? Yeah, like when the music started to get accepted, and I'm seeing different ethnicities listening to the music, playing it in their cars. Yeah, I'll go into different events and Afrobeat is playing. Like I feel happy. I feel like as a man, okay, you know, when you wearing your socks all day and you take off your socks and you go,
Yeah.
that's how I felt. I felt good because I felt that relief because I've put in so much, and gathering I got stick from the African community as well. I got stick from the Caribbean community, but certain individuals stayed by me and supported what I'm about. But at the same time, I love it now. But yeah, at the same time, even where even like even when the Caribbeans play it, like the Jamaicans or whatever play it, obviously they're not playing Afrobeat the way I play it. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm in too deep. You know, they'll play something like My Woman, My Everything.
Oh,
You get what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
They'll play the bait songs. They play certain bait songs like that. You get what I'm saying? So, but they're not going in too deep. You get what I'm saying? With it, and even recently there's been someone on the next podcast was talking about what's it called? Africans don't play dancehall and stuff like that. And I said that's a load of bullshit because Africans do play dancehall on in the nightclubs.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
play a lot of dancehall music. You get what I'm saying? Because they're inspired. They love dancehall. They grew up on dancehall. Whereas if they're Nigerian, they grew up on their Apella music, Fuji music, or whatever they were playing, or if they're playing hip life or high life, or you get me? You get what I'm saying? Down below or whatever. They're still inspired by dancehall music. You get what I'm saying? Because of the fact of Robert Nesta Marley, aka Bob Marley. You get what I'm saying? But it's just that a lot of people are still respecting the fact of Fela Kuti is the king of Afrobeat. He is. He started the genre, which is Afrobeat. But we in the UK, we put the S on it. You get what I'm saying? So it's more of a thing that like, Africans do Africans or in African raves, they do play a lot of dancehall music because I've been there. But a lot of these people who've been saying these things, they're not in the scene. They're not going to those raves. They're not getting invited to those concerts to hear it for themselves. They're just assuming from other people or whatnot. I'm in the scene. Look, I started in the dancehall, so I can open my mouth and say what the fuck I want to say. You get me? I've been in dancehall. You get me? I just got bored of dancehall because you got 10 man on one rhythm. How easy is it to mix? And I just thought,
Yeah,
you get what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
So in the day, no disrespect to the dancehall scene, yeah, it's not like the hip hop scene. You don't have 10 man on one track. You get what I'm saying? So in the day, it's like, it's not like I got bored, but I just wanted to elevate and I just fell in love with the genre. But in African raves, yeah, I've seen them play a handful of Afrobeats. It may not, dancehall. I mean, it may not be 50% or 100%. Yeah, but it could be a little 20%.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just like dancehall rave. The dancehall rave. You're not gonna hear Afrobeats playing for 65% of the time. No, it's gonna be strictly dancehall. And then if it's soul music, you're gonna hear what's it called, my good friend Keisha White, My Weakness, or How Do I, and all them type of songs. And then later on, if you hear Afrobeat, it's the throwaway Afrobeat songs, the commercial ones. You get what I'm saying? Just like if you go Shoreditch. If you go Shoreditch and Old Street or Brick Lane and you go into the clubs, all the DJs are playing songs was hot on MTV Base or Capital Extra or
What's
BB.
trending, innit?
Or what's trending.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So every scene has got everything. Every scene has got the DJs what play their genres of music, just like a house rave. You're gonna hear strictly house, right? And maybe a little tribal, maybe a little funky, maybe a little house and
facts.
garage.
Yeah,
But you're not gonna hear no hip hop and R&B. If you do, it's in the house and garage type of tip, or a dubstep or a bass line type of tip. You get what I'm saying? So every genre's got their own thing. But when it comes to the dancehall rave, you will hear minimal Afrobeat, the bait songs. When you hear in the African raves, you will hear them playing a good amount of set of dancehall.
Facts.
And that's
I
my
understand
opinion
that
because I've
still.
been in both scenes.
And what advice would you give to a younger who is like in the industry that you are in? What advice would you actually give them?
My advice right now, because it's now, I can't think of 20 years back. 20 years to now is two different times. Yeah. Find your feet in the industry where you know that you're comfortable in. Right? Create your own platform. Don't always depend on people. Have a certain amount of people to depend on, but don't depend on everybody. And when it comes to your team, make sure make sure you can count on one hand how much people you got in your team. You get what I'm saying? Keep your team small. Create your own, circle. Create your own legacy. You get me? And we're living in a world that if you're gonna record, if you're gonna film, you can film on your phone. Just know how to do the settings on your phone. You know what I mean?
4K, 60 frames per second.
Aha.
There you go.
That is it.
People just put, oh yeah, I'm just recording.
No.
No, my
No,
brother.
there's more to that. You could go in the settings and put the grid on and do all these things to your phone, right? To record. And then get a nice tripod gimbal from Amazon. You could even get one of Temu. I see there's a couple of them selling too. My brother bought one of Temu and they look banging. You get me? Just get a nice little thing and just record. And then if you want to you don't necessarily need to get a Canon or a Nikon or I got a Panasonic Lumix G7. I don't hardly use it that much. You get me? But end of the day, yeah, it's like, start with what you got and just go and just do it. You know what I mean? Look, we got platforms now where you can download on your phone. CapCut is owned by TikTok.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even know CapCut is owned by TikTok. They thought that, CapCut's just, TikTok's just using it. No, TikTok owns CapCut. So in the day, you can go on it for free, edit, put your stuff together. If you want the premium, buy the premium, and you can get everything, color grading, everything.
Yeah, trust me.
But at the same time, we got more devices for people now, so utilize what's out there now.
Because talking about that, Stormzy, he made a little mini video.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, Stormzy, you made, bro.
Yo, big up to Stormzy, big up to those two young actors in the video. I watched it literally, I think it was yesterday afternoon I was watching it. I was sitting there.
Brother.
I was watching something on YouTube, then the advertisement came in, it was paid for.
Yeah.
I was like, what? I was like, yo.
Brother, they made that on an iPhone 16.
Brother.
Yeah, deep that.
And I got an iPhone 12 Pro Max. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they use see it there, and they use that, and obviously you got the phone gimbal. Must have got the phone gimbal for stabilization and stuff. But at the same time, look, you can use your phone.
Yeah.
To stuff. If you want to get action camera, get your action camera, your DJIs, Action 5s, or your
It's
GoPros.
just more memory, innit?
Yeah, your GoPros and there's or your Insta360 Ace Pros or whatever. Yeah, but make sure you got a good SD card. Make sure you got a good hard drive at home because I got a 5 terabyte.
Yeah.
I got a 5 terabyte hard drive. I got two 5
That's
terabytes.
bread.
You get what I'm saying?
That's bread.
Yeah. And that cost me like about £200 from Apple. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, make sure you got your hard drives. Make sure you back up everything. Make sure you save everything. If you think that you lost stuff, Make sure you save it all the time. You get what I'm saying? Don't get rid of your footages. Don't just delete. You get what I'm saying? Don't just delete, especially if you're filming for other people or whatnot. But just do it because the platforms are there. Twitch, TikTok. You can stream on TikTok. Facebook is you can stream on Facebook. Instagram, you can do your thing. You can even stream on Twitter, or they call it X now. You can stream on all these platforms. You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
It's like even right now doing this podcast. If you really wanted to stream on your platform live, you can.
Oh yeah.
You can stream live, and people be watching you.
Yeah, for
You
real.
get what I'm saying? So, end of the day, we're living in this world right now where technology runs the world.
Yeah, it's just more easy,
There you
innit?
go. So what I say to the youngers who's coming up, yeah, the world is your oyster. Go out there.
Facts.
Go out there and
Facts.
get it, because the world is there for you to utilize now, brother and sisters. Go out there. Everything's there for you. You get me? If you're a content creator, if you want to do anything, just go and do it. You get me? Just don't think that you can't do it. If you want to be a gamer or a streamer or whatnot from home, yeah, you don't need to buy the most expensive equipment. Just YouTube good streaming equipment for affordable price. You probably can get something for that You probably can get a whole pack for £500. All you
Yeah.
need is one mic,
Trust me.
and a microphone arm.
Trust
You don't
me.
need to get one of these microphone arms. Was in my face. You get me? But you can get the old school microphone arm. Clip it to the side. Get a good what's it called? Screen and stuff like that, and just good to go.
That's
You get
what
me?
I'm saying.
You know?
Like I'm saying to you people as well, just start. Yeah? Just
Yeah.
start, and whatever you got in the archives or whatever, post that shit. I'm telling you, post that shit, because you never know at that time that video will blow, innit? You never
Just
know.
gotta get out there,
It
man.
just takes one video,
It takes one video.
clip.
It just takes one video, man. Because end of the day, Tea and Crumpets is 5 years, 5 years old. You get what I'm saying? And end of the day, you need to just have faith in what you're doing, and just run with what you're doing, and just have faith in yourself and build your brand. And there's a lot of people was built their brand, you know what I mean, and do different things now and probably change their brand, but still keeping that same type of thing. It's just like the studio what we're in right now. They probably got this studio in Burns. They probably got another one
Yeah,
in
they got
Twickenham.
two more still.
There you go. So end of the day, that's how you do. It's like you conquer, innit? You get what I'm saying? You conquered the world, but you just have to just put your money where your mouth is and just go out there and do it. Even if you don't have money, just utilize what's around you. You get me? If we know that there's a podcast studio, you want to do a podcast, and the podcast studio is saying like £50. Just if you want to do shows every month, just do one show a month, then, innit?
Yeah,
And
trust
then
me.
build up, and then
You just have to manage your money, man.
yeah, and then get sponsors. Get sponsors to sponsor your show. Then you won't need to be paying for your show because you got
Exactly.
sponsors sponsoring it. So that's how it is.
Yeah, and one more thing before you wrap this up.
Yes,
What is
sir.
the quote of the day? It can be anything.
The quote of the day, and this is something that I say all the time, and it's not really a quote, but to people, stay focused on your dreams and aspirations and never give up, because it's never too late to do anything in life.
Trust me. Trust
And
me.
one thing about it, if anyone doubts you, don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your grandma, your friend, just don't diss them, but just keep arm's length and stay on your dreams, because whatever their dreams was, it was their dreams. Now it's your dreams. They if they didn't succeed in their dreams, that's not your problem.
Yeah.
Your problem is now. Your problem is doing what you want to do in life. So move forward and grab anything that you want to do. Look, I'm not living in the best place where I want to. I'm not comfortable. I'm not rich, but at the end of the day, I've got love and passion for whatever I want to do. So
Facts.
do what you want to do
Facts.
and never give up.
Well, bro, big love for coming down.
Come on,
Like, I
man.
really do appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Like, it's a blessing. Like, big up to the big guy who linked us together as
Yeah.
well. Like, big love to him.
Yeah,
Highly
NSC, bro.
respect.
Yeah.
Yeah, highly respect you, bro.
We got to NSC Tottenham original, man.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you get
my
me?
Turkish brother, man.
Come on. But yeah, people, like I said in the beginning, this is the last episode of season 9, season 10. We're gonna come back harder. And yeah. Don't forget to keep it wavy, baby.
Wavy.